What's up, guys? So I'm gonna talk to y'all today a little bit about how I took my credit score up 130 points. So actually, we can go into the scores right here. This loads up. I had a 609, and I jumped my credit score up to a 739, which is pretty nice. This loads up here. So as you can see, December 19th had went from a 604 to 609, up 5 points. And then December 19th to December 23rd, I increased my credit score 130 points. And you're like, how did you do that? It's probably what you're wondering. And I'm going to go into like the basic factors of what makes up your FICO credit score, your TransUnion credit score, your Equifax, like all those together. All your credit reports typically are based off 6 factors, and I'll go into those in just a second. But yeah, I just want to show you guys my jump from 609 to 739 TransUnion credit score. As you can see here, it's good. We're not into excellent yet. We need a few more points, but we're making progress. If you go down here, credit factors, these are the 6 things I was talking about. You got hard inquiries, you got total accounts, you've got credit age, derogatory remarks, and then credit card use and payment history. So these bottom ones are high impact. Payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. So that's very important that you do not miss a payment. This actually lasts on your report for 7 years. Like if you miss a payment, you'll have that on there for 7 years. Now it does get better over time. Like if you miss a payment, say like this month, like it's going to be really bad versus like 3 or 4 years down the line where you've made payments on all these other cards. It's not going to be as impacting on your score. But we can get into all the details, the minor details later on that, and I could maybe do a video on payment history and what to do if you do miss a payment. But just overall synopsis of that, like 35% of your credit score is made up from your payment history. Credit card use, this actually makes up 30% of your payment history. And this is where I was actually lagging. This is how I was able to go in and increase my score by so many points so quickly. It was a rapid increase, but my utilization level on my credit card use was actually 97%, which is really bad. I actually never knew much about credit card scores and stuff, so I just started researching and put in a lot of research, maybe like a week full of just nonstop credit card, like looking up what makes credit scores, like how to improve your credit card score, like all that stuff, and just learning as much as I could. And I realized like, hey, I got on Credit Karma and I was like, whoa, I didn't have a Credit Karma before, so I would recommend getting a Credit Karma just to see your 6 factors here and kind of get a general synopsis of like where you're at on your credit profile. But yeah, I saw I was 97% utilization. I was like, well, dang, that's probably tanking my score, and if I want it to bounce to the moon, I have to get that utilization down. So I didn't actually, I just played with it. I took it down from 97% to 37%. So high 90s all the way down to 37% was enough to move my score 130 points. And it'll probably move more, like if I paid it all off, it could have probably jumped 150, maybe 160 points like total. Because if you go into like credit card usage, I know they say a good rule of thumb is like under 30%. I don't listen to those guys. Those guys want a mediocre, they're the average credit card use guys. I think 10% or under is a good rule of thumb. That's my recommendation for a good rule of thumb. I mean, who am I? I'm not a financial advisor, that's just my personal advice to you guys. But you pay less interest if it's 10% or under. It doesn't affect your credit score much at all if it's 10% or under. If you go over 10%, you're in the next category, which is 10 to 30% on the credit card utilization ratio. So obviously you want to be under 10% because you want the best credit score, right? You want the best rates. You want those premium nice cards, all those sign-up bonuses you can get with credit cards. So yeah, keep your credit card use under 10%, never miss a payment. And that right there is 65% of your credit score. Excellent. Like you already got that covered. Like it's perfect already. I mean, can't beat that. Now you're going to go into your total accounts. This is your average age of accounts. To go into more details, it's actually your open accounts is what Credit Karma takes into factor for your total accounts average age, which as you can see, mine's 3 years, on total accounts. Credit age actually is medium impact, makes up 15% of your credit score. Your total accounts in general, just how many accounts you have, makes up 10%. Hard inquiries make up the other 10%. Now, to get a perfect credit score, so if you're shooting for like an 850 FICO, you actually do need, Credit Karma says 21 accounts in total. That's including installment loans. So I would recommend maybe 2 to 3 installment loans. Probably credit cards, I would say 17 to 18 credit cards is what you would need. Maybe a student loan, a personal loan, and then maybe auto loan. So that's 3 installment loans plus 18 credit cards gives you 21 accounts. No, you could also do 21 credit cards just to have that growing on your history as open accounts, and then have other installment loans. So it's even better. You're above 21 in case the card drops off or a credit card company cancels the card. You're protected there. You don't have to worry about it because you've already got over 21 accounts. So you're not just like right at the bare minimum for perfect credit. To get more accounts, you're going to have to get a hard inquiry and lower your average credit age. I mean, that's just one of the things you're going to have to do. So, like, I just actually applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred and got approved, and which is awesome. Like I had a 609 credit score literally right before I applied for it. Like I had a 609. I put in some work, paid off my bills, got my utilization down to 37%, and then I had a 739 TransUnion credit score, and that's what I think Equifax. Chase actually looks at Equifax, so they looked. I had a 739 on that as well, and yeah, they approved it right off the bat. Even though I had a 609, and my Chase card was actually over 100% usage. I had the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. It was actually like 120%, like somewhere around there, 120% utilization. So it was over. So yeah, I paid it all off, and they approved me with the 739. So I guess they saw that I was trying to improve my credit, and obviously this card will help. Like it'll half my utilization ratio. So instead of 37%, I'll be down around like 18.5%, which is nice. A lot better than where I'm at now. Definitely. But I've actually paid a lot more on these cards. It hasn't updated yet. I'm actually down to like 10% utilization. And once the new Chase Sapphire goes on my profile, the Chase Sapphire Preferred, I'll have around 5% utilization, maybe a little bit under for my credit card usage, which should be in the perfect category. Good rule of thumb, 10% or under. That's where you want to stay. But yeah, I just want to talk to you guys about what I did to increase my credit score, go over all these things like medium impact, total accounts making up 10%, hard inquiries making up 10%, credit age 15%, credit card use 30%, payment history 35%. Just want to let you guys know that in case you didn't know like what made up your credit score. I know some people think you're supposed to like leave money on there and pay interest, and like credit card companies think like that's better, so they give you a better score. That's not the case. That obviously you use your credit card to keep it open, like maybe you buy a candy bar or something, but you pay it off like before your actual payment date, and then that makes your credit card look really good, and keeps your credit score up. Just keep it under 10%, you're golden. Obviously, you keep it at 0, you don't have to pay interest. If you pay it off every month in full. But yeah, that's just some things that came to you about, and I'm gonna go into a few like details about the new Chase Sapphire Preferred card I got because it's really sweet. They got a really nice sign-up bonus now. They have 50,000 bonus points after you spend $4,000 on purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. On the Chase portal, the Ultimate Rewards, that's $625 when you redeem it on Chase Ultimate Rewards. If you want cash back, that's $500. They say it's $500. It's actually $540 because if you just buy anything in general, you get 1% cash back. So every $100 you spend is $1. After you spend 4,000, do the math. That's $40. So you get $540 cash back just as a sign-up bonus for this card, which is really sweet. Yeah, I definitely support free money. Like now, obviously, the goal of this is to be able to spend $4,000 in 3 months. Don't go get the card if you don't think you can pay it off, because then you're going to be hurting yourself. I get you could argue, well, Zach, I could spend 4,000 and the interest won't even be that bad as long as I pay it all. Yeah, that's true, but why not wait till you got bills coming up? Something you can put that 4,000 to work for you. Put the money to work for you. I always say, make money your slave. Don't be a slave to money. You want money to be your slave. That's the way it should be. Just a few quick things about the Chase Sapphire Preferred. You get 2x points on travel and dining. It's 25% more in travel redemption. No foreign transaction fees is nice if you travel like out of the country and stuff like that. It's got travel and purchase coverage, which is really nice. I'm really big on the coverage. And then they got the 24/7 access if you need to talk to them.